Welcome back to Virginia this morning. Even with the COVID-19 pandemic, you'd be surprised to hear there is an increase in home purchasing applications. In this segment, Andrea's talked with a mortgage expert on what you need to know if you do plan on house hunting this summer.
Like all industries, the housing market has had to adapt in the midst of COVID-19, quickly adjusting to provide online services and virtual options for both buyers and sellers. Today, we're joined by mortgage expert Liz Bryant, Retail National Sales Manager for Wells Fargo Home Lending, to share tips for home hunters. Hi, Liz.
Hi, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being with us. So this is a critical topic because we're really looking at assessing the industry. I think some of us expected more of a housing crisis, but as we look across the industry and the studies, it seems like in some areas there may actually be an uptick, indicating that this might be a good time for those who might be looking to make a change.
Yes, absolutely. So a couple of things. First, I think through this pandemic, we've always known that there was a great aspiration for home ownership, but we've really learned how important our space and our place is. And I think a lot of people are really entering into the market. We saw some data last week from the Mortgage Bankers Association that mortgage applications for purchases were up 21% over same time last year, an 11-year high. So people are in the market. There's been some pent-up demand, and they were ready. Then you couple that with the fact that interest rates are at such great lows. Freddie Mac's most recent survey had the 30-year fix just above 3%. That creates a lot of affordability, and it really creates expansiveness for home buyers in terms of their options become greater. So it's almost this perfect alignment, and home buying is personal, but for many people, it is a great time to buy.
Well, that's really encouraging, especially as you mentioned, space and place being so important. Yeah. Understanding that for some people, they've been cooped up a little bit tighter than they wanted to be, and now they're going to be making changes or looking to make changes. So for those who are ready to take that next step, what are some tips you might have for a successful home search?
Yeah, so I would say there are 6 major ones that you want to think about. The first is do your homework and work with a professional, whether it's a real estate agent, because they know the market, they know the communities, they know the schools, or a home mortgage consultant. Know what you can afford. This is why you work with a professional. Every individual situation is unique, whether it's the budget or other factors that play into it. So sitting down with a home mortgage consultant, they can help you align your mortgage with your personal financial goals and really give you guidance in terms of how to go out and shop. The other thing is start searching at home. All this information is readily available 24/7 on your schedule. The real estate community has done a great job of being able to help you with virtual Zoom tours of properties and to really preview a lot of properties before you even leave the house. Understand your down payment options. This is important because there is a belief that you have to have 20% down, and that just isn't fact. We have at Wells Fargo Your First Mortgage, which has a 3% down option. FHA is around 3.5%, and for some VA veterans or active military, they can get in with 0 down. You're going to want to understand private mortgage insurance factors, but there are so many options. Make sure there's a savings account and then double down on it. We've learned a lot in this pandemic, and it's having that rainy day fund and the importance of it. But in the same respect, when you own a home, there's maintenance, there's regular maintenance, there's things that you need to do to the house. So make sure that there are reserves for that. And then finally, and this is an important one, make sure you're availing yourself of all of the great digital tools out there. I've already spoken about virtual Zoom tours in terms of properties. Most of our customers do their application online. It's very simple, straightforward, user-friendly. They can upload their mortgage documents to the system without ever having to transact paper. And we even have title and settlement agents that are working with us to provide a virtual closing opportunity. So what that means is, if you choose, there is a way to do this process in a contactless environment.
And that's so important, whether that is based on your comfort level of going into homes, especially if you're buying a home that has been previously loved, or if you are just trying to figure out, I know for me, I'm a very visual person. So wanting to be able to go and see for myself and look and envision my things in that new space. So I know that can be a little challenging for some, but it's such an opportunity, especially as you look at how efficient you can be with your time and with your efforts, and to really, find many, many different options in the location that you're looking for. So how do we find more information about those programs that you mentioned and get started right away?
Yes, you can always contact a home mortgage consultant at Wells Fargo or wellsfargo.com/mortgage. There is a wealth of information there, whether it is loan calculators or information on buying your own home and the steps, or even interest rate information. So I would encourage people, avail yourself of that information.
This is fantastic and so timely right now. As we mentioned, there's so many people looking for their next new home, and we so appreciate you being with us today.
Thank you for having me. It's really my pleasure.
For those of you who are looking to perhaps make your next step, we'll be posting more information on our website at WTBR.com/BTM.